You've reached call in Mockery.
I must have the wrong number.
I'll call you back.
Okay, yep, you heard it. You heard right. You probably saw that we were hobnobbing with people like
Kate Blanchett.
this week. This weekend, we were hobnobbing with people like that, and also that we.
You may recall we went to a park in Botswana.
Why is it doing that? I don't know.
Why is what doing that?
Huh? And you probably remember that Joey says this a lot.
Fortunately, I know a doctor who's my wife.
Oh, and also that Joey says this a lot.
I'm a sexist.
Now, you don't get to pull yours out.
I'm not. Not after what I just said.
No.
I just wanted to say, of course, to add on to that.
I'm so grateful for my wife. God gave her to me, and I could not be more grateful to God for that. My incredible hot doctor wife.
See? Joey's, just to give a little window into Joey's heart,
Yeah.
this is basically what's going on in his head at all times.
This was always about
Oh, no.
this.
No.
Not working.
This was.
What are you using? Well, here's what's going on in Landon's brain.
Rick and Bubba.
This was always about sex to me.
I guess my little adapter doesn't work. Anyway, now we can start the show.
Okay, that's funny. Yeah, I'm just checking some of my stuff. It's our last episode, so we want to make sure we get everything in. Oh, you know what I found in here that I haven't thought of for a while? This song you wrote me a while ago. It was about you.
I wish guys could come more than once.
If you zoom in on the video, you can see Joey moving his mouth to all of these. And that's the fun part. But you know what? Me and Joey, we're like...
Pigs in a blanket.
We really are. That's why you come to the show, because we just, I mean, in these trying times, basically we
have a world, right?
and it's hard to deal with sometimes because
Tremendous fumes, gases.
are taking over our heads and our hearts. So you want to remember that you can come to us because we are
Pigs in a blanket.
Getting to spend time with us is like sort of like a Make-A-Wish thing, right?
Yeah.
There are lots of that. I think Landon, he made a Make-A-Wish once. He was able to do it.
Yeah.
And I think I have a recording of it here.
I wish porn was good for your brain.
And they weren't able to make it happen. So I think he just met, who was it? The guy from the Spurs?
No, actually it was
Kate Blanchett.
Cheeseburger.
Okay, fine. No, that's good. People, for the last episode of Colin Mockery, people will really like that.
Yes.
It's good to go out on a high note.
Yep. It's a good to go out little fuck.
Here's all I have to say. We've been talking about books. We've been talking about bookstores. I just was at one again this week.
Oh my gosh.
Truth be told, you and I were at a bookstore a couple times this week.
Together, mate. Together, mate.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, but this was a time I went to a different bookstore. But I picked up a book, and there was something about the book that made me immediately just put it back on the shelf and walk away. Can you guess what that is? What's something about a book that might make someone so just annoyed and say, well, I'm not going to read it then. And they put it back. And it's not about the
price.
No.
The cover.
No.
Interesting. And you're not going to read this specific copy, or you're not going to read this book, period?
This specific copy. Great question.
It's dirty.
No.
The cover's ripped off.
No.
It's not dirty. It's all beat up.
Nope.
Not dirty. It's not beat up. Not the price.
It could even be brand new. And this
Specific copy.
specific coffee and copy. Take coffee out of it. This specific copy might be brand spanking new, and I will look at it and say, nope.
Is it something about this edition of this particular book?
Could be.
And it's not the cover.
No.
Did you open it? Text is too small.
No.
Text is too big.
No.
Text is toast.
Yes.
We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
See, everything that existed before God created was non-fungible. And then God created the material universe, and everything became a fungible token.
All right, we're back. Landon, why don't you hit him with what's going on with this book?
Let me act it out. Looks normal from the spine.
Okay.
Unlike you, it looks completely normal from the spine. I'm kidding, of course.
I'll talk about my doctor's appointment later.
You take it off the shelf. Flip it. Cover's fine. Mm-hmm. Look at the pages. Mm-hmm. I don't even have to open it.
Yellow?
Nope.
Is it the kind where it's like cut?
Yes!
Okay.
Ding, 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 ding.
Where it looks like you found kind of an old pirate's book.
Hate it. I hate it. Anytime I've had to read a book like that, I wanted to just chop my fingers off.
Why did they do that?
For
a while, right? I mean, it was like a lot of stuff. Like they found out that you didn't just have to buy the crazy scissors from Michael's.
Right. You could
do it en masse.
Yeah. And you could, but I don't know why, because it's a brand new book, but it's supposed to look aesthetically like it's an old book. But when you're flipping through it, you can't like flip through it like that, which is what I do. I speed read. So I'll go,
Yep.
and then I'll grab another one like this.
Okay. He's gonna. If you're not watching the.
Watch this. I'll read the whole thing.
Okay.
Get the
last pages. There we go.
Ask me what it's about.
What's Insomnia by Stephen King about?
Guy can't sleep.
Speed readers, I don't. When I learned about it, the thing was that I read was that I saw was, you get fast. We never sleep. That's interesting. It's a guy wearing a shirt, a singular guy who's hopped up on God knows what at this point. We can't sleep. We know why, right?
Mm-hmm. But you can't do that if the pages are the cut pages, and sometimes they stick together.
Place to get your finger in there.
It's just not good. I don't like it. And you can have any copy of a book that's on my shelf that has it. You can have it.
Books will go through phases, right? There's a time when all books had matte covers where they're all soft. You go, how do they do that? How do they make paper like this?
Yeah.
And then they have the books where it's like big words, right? Big words with flowers on them.
Cover design, has been. It's getting into a place that I kind of am liking more, where it's a little more, like it's kind of minimalist. There's maybe like one picture and like a border and a text or something, or it's a little more artistic. But we're coming out of a dark period where it's just like you said, like a floral.
It's like a green background, big words, sans serif, and then it's got some vines kind of going around it.
Yeah.
That's every book.
Yeah. I don't like it.
It's like
not
The Granddaughter's Arsonist.
one bit.
We'll be right back.
Rick and Bubba.
What'd you watch this week?
No, I'll wait for that one. What I watched this week, you know what I tried to watch? They did the Chris Rock live, right?
Yeah.
Went off without a hitch. Perfect. It went perfect.
Well, let's just say there was a lot of talk of a certain hitch.
I guess let's just say that we could watch it, right?
Oh yeah.
If your bar for did something go well is could you watch it?
I heard a little something about something.
If your bar is you run in to the house and you go, start it, put it on. And you hear from the other room, I'm trying. And Netflix bunked up. And who knew that half the world was trying to watch the Love is Blind live reunion episode?
Yeah.
Right? I even watched the hour and a half episode before that to catch up, got all ready, ran to the store. Sorry, I almost swallowed an orb. And then, guess what doesn't work? Love is Blind reunion. I thought, so like sports, right?
Sports,
How many people watched the Super Bowl? Sorry, the big game.
60, 70,000.
Freaking sports bowl.
I would say if I had to guess, 60, 70,000.
And it's fine. 60, 70,000 people can watch it.
I just saw an orb too.
Told you.
Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, we're going to have to put that on our epitaph of the show. So I try to watch that and refresh. And I get online because I say, am I crazy? Right?
Yeah.
Am I bunking up? And I go to Twitter, my favorite place, and everyone's saying, okay, Love actually is blind. I can't see a damn thing. Doesn't work for anyone.
No.
For 2 hours, you can't get on. I'm like, what do I do? Nothing, obviously. I can't do anything at this point.
Oh.
I wait. I watch basically all of the new Ted Lasso episodes, which I hadn't started yet.
Ooh.
Watched 2 or 3 of them. No, 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
3 of them. So watched that instead. Went back and they said, okay, basically, it's not going to be live.
Yeah.
They kept saying, wait for it. And then they said, you know what? We're just going to tape this. And then they taped it, put it out, could not watch it. So then were too many people trying to watch the hard drive? Like, why? What?
Yeah.
I don't understand why.
Too many people trying to pull from the server, buddy. Too many people trying to pull from the server.
How is it different than like a TV channel? Like you can stream you wouldn't stream a football game.
Yes, I would.
Oh. So you'd stream a car?
Oh.
You wouldn't stream a car, would you?
Well,
I want your bod. These are all old things that I used to see in the movie theater.
I don't do it for my lover. I don't do it for my mother.
Fanta, don't you Fanta?
I don't do it for anyone but me. Body fantasies, more than a fragrance. Body fantasies, more than a now.
So I tried to watch that and I couldn't. And I still haven't seen it.
Still, huh?
I'm just my thing I was more curious about. I'm like, I don't even care about the show, honestly. I could actually not even care less about the show.
No,
it was more interesting for me to see how would their second live event go. So a lot more people care about. So I guess you could say that between the two, you know, you've got the one that's kind of this mindless sort of basic, just I don't even know what to say. Just offensive for being so inoffensive from our conversation earlier. And it's just about people that we don't care about. And it's like, why are we even still doing this? You know, this type of television, why are we doing this? It's trying to say something, but it's not really saying anything. And the other one's Love is Blind.
Dang.
But it just goes to show, you know, Chris Rock probably thought he was like, I'm pretty cool. Well, guess what? Not cool enough because yours didn't crash the servers.
Well,
so I did watch Ted Lasso, and it's funny.
So you didn't see the Love is Blind reunion. Now, as a seasoned, I can officially call myself a seasoned Real Housewife fan.
Oh.
Over on Bravo, they do the Real Housewives. And the reunion is what you watch the 20-some episodes just kind of as a prequel to the reunion. Yeah. The reunion is where it's at. But every time you watch a reunion, sometimes it's 2 parts, 3 parts. You're getting... they drag it out, but you want it to be long because you're like, he's got to ask him about when Fermilda slapped Jeannie on the butt.
Yeah.
And
Fermilda Hyde?
yeah.
Go ahead and get comfortable there.
Huh?
Go ahead and get comfortable.
Yeah, thank you. But so often the reunion is actually once it's over, you're like, why do I do this? They don't actually admit to anything. They don't say anything. And even when Mr. Andy, God, what is his name? Cohen.
Yeah, one of the, did Fargo and
Yeah, one of the brothers.
what's the other one? But no, Ballad of Buster. Ballad of Buster.
Oh, no, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, and James Franco goes first time.
And I've used that GIF many times. It's a gift that keeps on gifting. So you watch the reunion, you say, and Andy, even when he does hold their feet to the fire a little bit, they don't admit to anything because they can't. Because if they do, I mean, sometimes it's like a legal thing. They literally can't because all these women are tied up in some legal battle.
Right.
And then most of the time it's just ego. They're narcissists. They can't admit to being wrong or anything. So you're just sitting there like, just say you did it wrong. Just say it. And they don't. So I'm sure the Love is Blind reunion is similar to that, where it's just a bunch of freaks.
Yes and no. I mean, yes, but it's also very uncomfortable, which is what I hate about it. But you get, some of the couples are like, we are not living together now. And you're like, okay, because you got married. And then they go, actually, we called it off, or we're just kind of trying it out.
Oh, yeah,
and then the guy goes, I should have asked you. I should have asked you to marry me. And she's like, oh, yeah, oh, thank you. And he's like, I want to marry you. And she's like, oh, thank you, okay. Ha ha ha. And he's like, I should have married you. You're the most beautiful thing I've ever laid my eyes on. Oh, okay. And then everyone's like, dude, stop. Dude, quit. Stop. You can't act like that. He's like, what? There are some everyone calls them out and they're like, you are like, something's wrong with you. Like you're unstable. And he's like, what? How are you talking about? I'm not unstable.
He bites them.
And of course, this one, there's the fact that the guy, gosh, am I talking out of school? Well, basically,
you haven't seen it.
But the guy proposed to someone.
You're sounding like a podcast I listened to earlier today that didn't know anything about what they were talking about.
One of the guys proposed to someone, sight unseen, right?
Yeah.
And she went, ah! And then they met, and she went, oh! And she said, you look like I don't know how to put this other than you look like a cartoon. And he goes, is that good? And so they obviously didn't work out. So then he met up with the other girl that he was talking to in the pods. And he said, I made a mistake and I proposed to the wrong person. Now, as Netflix made us wait, they said, it's going to be worth it, I promise. And then they showed a picture that the first lady is going to be there. And you're going, oh, what's going to happen? Probably nothing. She's just going to be like, well, I don't want to be with you.
Yeah. You're ugly.
But it gets very
You're tacky
heated
and I hate you.
because it's Nick Lachey and
Vanessa Longoria.
not anymore. And so that's fun. And so I didn't get to watch that.
So they're not together anymore.
They are. It's Lachey now.
That's okay.
But what else did I watch? Did you watch something?
Yeah.
Hello.
First off, I watched a bunch of brilliant local Iowa films at the Cedar Rapids Independent Film Festival this weekend.
I was eating popcorn with real butter and I was getting down to business on movies.
And I did, but then, last night we watched a movie called Vengeance. BJ Novak.
Oh.
From The Office fame.
Is it a detective film?
It's
bad.
Here's one of the it had a lot of things stacked against it. Okay, he is a journalist wanting to make a podcast, so you're already You're already, and of course, yeah, we have a podcast. Everyone does. It's not special. It's not cool. But it's just something that everyone seems to need to be making a movie or show about because it's just so part of the zeitgeist now, I guess, even though it's been around for like 15 years and people are just now finding out because Obama has one.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those where you're already like, a true crime podcast. Okay. Well, fine.
It was
fine.
kind of. It seemed outdated when they did it in Halloween. Like, was that 5 years ago now?
Yeah. It's been outdated, and it's the same sort of barrier of entry for me for only murders in the building where you're like, I mean, I love these guys. I love them. But do I really want to watch a show about people making a podcast? And then you do, and it's fun, and whatever. You love it.
Did you watch the new season?
Huh?
Have you watched the new season?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't. So.
Oh, I thought you had.
No, I haven't. I haven't got around to it.
Do you think there's a newer season than there is? I think we've talked about having seen.
What season is out right now?
I think 2. I think there's only 2 seasons.
I haven't watched season 2.
Oh, okay. So this movie, though, and BJ Novak is not my favorite guy on earth.
No, there's something about him.
There's something about him that he's like, you think he's smug. And I
don't know what he is. Is he an actor?
He's an actor and a writer. And
I just don't know what he is, you know?
Yeah. And I know that's I know that's his character on The Office. So that's bleeding it. But famously on The Office, they would bring the writers in to be characters on the show to play people that are basically like them.
Right.
You know, so like Mindy Kaling is playing herself, but just a more heightened version. He's playing himself, just a more heightened version. Okay, so all these things, and I'm not like a huge fan of him or whatever. And I've heard interviews with him, and he seems kind of like he thinks he's smarter than he probably is. But then I heard good things about this movie. And I said,
yes, okay, good.
So I sat down to watch the movie.
The movie?
All these things going into it, going against it. I have to say, I really enjoyed my time watching this movie. He plays him. He plays the idea of him, you know?
Yes.
So it works because you don't like him really. But then he learns a few lessons about life from a small Texas family. And there's some heart, and there's like a really great monologue from Ashton Kutcher's in this, and he plays a guy that's like smart, and he like dissects the current sort of cultural moment in a really, I thought it was a really smart way. He kind of lays it all out there. I don't know. It's actually a pretty good movie. I almost hate to say it, but it might be a really good movie. I would suggest watching it. There was one part that I literally laughed out loud for a minute straight, and I'll let you decide what it was. Leave a comment and decide which part it was.
Me personally?
Yeah, leave a comment.
Sorry, I think there's kind of a lag since we're on Zoom. Did you watch The Kid Detective yet?
No. No, I didn't. I do need to see that.
That's kind of what it reminds me of, and I think mainly just from the poster.
Sure.
But and kind of an inept, kind of idiot scumbag, you know, sleazy little stinker that goes to, you know, solve a crime.
He's not necessarily, I mean, he's not inept. He is a good journalist.
No, neither is this guy.
Oh,
I was just
okay.
saying that because we need to get more views on our last episode. Let me just go pick up my phone that I smashed on the ground.
Yeah, it's completely broken, I bet.
Oh!
Dang it.
Oh!
I was hoping
We
it
smashed
would
our
be.
phone on the ground, and guess what? There's absolutely no cracks in it. Use our offer code at apevocoder.com. Go to caseape.com. Bitches. And use our offer code, and there's no cracks in this phone, mate.
So I'd check it out.
Check out Kid Detective, and I'll check out Vengeance.
Okay.
And never the twain shall meet. I drive a steamboat. I work at a store. What's your name? Mark. What's your name? Mark. I guess never the twain shall meet because I'm always on my boat and I'm always in my store. There's a snake in my boot. What's something else he said? Tom Hanks did Mark Twain. He did Woody. I'm big.
What? Who's that? The guy from Elvis?
Yeah. Can you believe that he was like, hey, I'm Elvis? Because it's like, I don't think Elvis ever got to be as old as Tom Hanks is, right?
Yeah.
It's just weird to have him like play a younger guy than him. We can go on, baby, with delicious pies. That's good.
That's good for the
If I could think of any of the other lyrics, we could do a kick-ass song, and then maybe we get some pies out of the deal. We got all the Shield stuff.
Yeah. We got to corner the some other market.
Yeah. So leave a message below about what your favorite part of our show has been
Over the last few years that we've been doing it.
Just leave one.
Just say one nice thing.
Yeah. Even if it's just
I don't know.
delicious pies.
Sure. Say that. That's good.
Both words are capitalized because it's a song name.
Yeah.
I think that's the name of the song that he did, right?
Delicious pies.
Delicious pies.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We don't have to do it on the air. This is where we come back next week.
Next week we'll have it really.
And we'll have the full song. But since this is the last episode, let us know kind of what you've just thought about when you listen to our show. Do you listen to it while you're driving? Do you listen to it while you're maybe canoeing or mowing the lawn or trying to go to sleep? Or maybe you're editing your new movie, or maybe you're writing your manuscript, or maybe your boss told you that you need to start cleaning your office, or you're cleaning your office and you're listening to our podcast. I mean, what is it? What do you come here for? You know? Let us know at 1-800. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's already going? Go back. I was waiting for him to come in. I didn't know you. I didn't know someone took his voice out. Okay, thanks, Sing King. This is Delicious Pies by Shellfish. Shellfish. Caught in a crust. I can't. Because I love pie too much, baby.
Solid.
He starts with a P, ends with an E. There's an I in the word in the middle. Here we go. We can bake on, baby, with delicious pies. We can put on whipped cream on delicious pie. I forgot. An old guy ate pie. Stops to say hello. Would I still be delicious in a pie? So I don't know. Maybe we'll start a Patreon.
Yeah. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
Did I watch a movie or anything? That's kind of my big thing. I guess I didn't have to, you know?
No.
You know what? I watched a show where they were building the Burj Khalifa. And it was pretty tall. And it sounds like we shouldn't go into it, is kind of what I got from it.
Too tall.
All the stuff that they had to do is like the first time they've ever done it.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's just kind of floating in the sand. And water can't go as high as it should. And it's just all this stuff that's just like, no, then we don't need it. There's so much land out there. Why don't you build outward instead of upward? I know that's not good, but sometimes high is too high. Okay? Just take my friend's word for it. Sometimes high is too high. And it's not good.
Imagine if Ghostbusters was made into a pot-smoking comedy. That's not what Ghostbusters is about.
No.
Bye.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.